10 Life-Changing Alan Watts Quotes. Alan Watts, a British philosopher, writer and speaker, has been an influential figure in popularizing Eastern philosophy in the West. His teachings on spirituality, mindfulness and the meaning of life have touched the hearts of millions around the world. Today, we're going to look at the top 10 life-changing quotes from Alan Watts that will inspire you to live a more fulfilling life. But before we do, please subscribe to our channel for more videos about philosophy, science and the world. Quote 1. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. This quote emphasizes the importance of accepting change and moving with the flow of life rather than resisting it. It encourages us to embrace new experiences, even if they are challenging, and to find the joy in the journey. Quote 2. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. This quote teaches us that sometimes the best course of action is to let things be and not try to force a solution. It encourages us to have patience and faith that things will work themselves out in their own time. Quote 3. The only Zen you find on the tops of mountains is the Zen you bring up there. This quote reminds us that true peace and contentment come from within. It encourages us to cultivate inner peace and mindfulness rather than seeking external validation or material possessions. Quote 4. The more a thing tends to be permanent, the more it tends to be lifeless. This quote encourages us to embrace change and impermanence as a natural part of life. It reminds us that clinging to the past or to things that are not meant to last can lead to stagnation and lack of growth. Quote 5. We cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. This quote reminds us that experiencing pain and discomfort is a necessary part of life. It encourages us to embrace the full spectrum of human emotions and to learn from difficult experiences rather than avoiding them. Quote 6. You are a function of what the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is a function of what the whole ocean is doing. This quote highlights the interconnectedness of all things and encourages us to see ourselves as part of a larger whole. It reminds us that our actions and decisions can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate surroundings. Quote 7. No one is more dangerously insane than one who is sane all the time. He is like a steel bridge without flexibility, and the order of his life is rigid and brittle. This quote encourages us to embrace our imperfections and to recognize that perfection is an illusion. It reminds us that being too rigid and inflexible can lead to a lack of adaptability and resilience. Quote 8. The only way to make people good is to make them happy. This quote emphasizes the importance of finding joy and happiness in life. It reminds us that when we are happy, we are more likely to be kind, compassionate and empathetic towards others. Quote 9. We do not come into this world, we come out of it, as leaves from a tree. This quote reminds us that we are part of the natural world and that our lives are interconnected with all living things. It encourages us to embrace our place in the world and to live in harmony with nature. Quote 10. This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now. And instead of calling it work, realize it is play. This quote emphasizes the importance of being fully present in the moment and finding joy in our daily activities. It encourages us to shift our mindset from seeing work as a burden to seeing it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Alan Watts' teachings continue to inspire and challenge us to see the world in new ways. By embracing his words of wisdom, we can learn to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life.